fan here once again, and today let's discuss the new look fourth line for the Montreal Canadiens versus the old look fourth line for the Montreal Canadiens. The old fourth line, well, the most recent old fourth line, they have it slotted online as Hudon, Pekka, and Delorier, but it's really the old look line, not Agostino's gone, would be Hudon, Chaput, and Delorier. Chaput just got put on waivers because obviously there's no room for him on his team now that Thompson's there. Thompson is going to be the fourth line center. I don't know what's going to happen to Delorier. I would be assuming that Weiss is going to replace him. But anyways, the new look line should be Pekka on the left wing, Thompson at center, and Dale Weiss on the right wing. The old look line would be Hudon on left wing, Chaput at center, and Nicolas Delorier in an unnatural position at left wing. He's a right-handed shot, so he shouldn't be playing left wing. Now, let's look at the numbers, player by player. Pekka, our new left wing, well, he could play left wing on any line, really, but he'll be playing left wing on the fourth line, I would assume. 34 games played. Pekka has 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. He's a -10. He has 0 power play points. He has 10.3 shooting percentage and 27 hits. Our old left wing would have been Charles Hudon, who's now being shopped for a mid-round pick. At least that's the news coming out of Montreal. That's what all the writers are saying, and that's the rumor, that Charles Hudon is being shopped. 30 games played. I was actually kind of surprised Hudon's numbers were this low. In 30 games played, he only has 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, and he's a -9. He has 6.4 shooting percentage. He has 1 power play assist. He's pretty much the only guy on this whole list that has any power play points. And he has 68 hits. So he's a -9. He doesn't have very many points, but he is physical, and he does hit quite a bit. Nate Thompson, the new look center. The new center acquired from the Los Angeles Kings recently in a trade. 53 games played, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points. He's a +3. He's the only guy on this list of all these fourth liners that's a plus. He's a face-off guy. He has better face-off numbers than any fourth liner we've had in the lineup yet this year. 53% face-offs. He has 0 power play points, obviously. 11.4 shooting percentage, so really good shooting, way better than our other center shooting percentage. And 54 hits. Michael Chaput, in 32 games played, has 0 goals, 5 assists, 5 points, is a -4. 0% shooting percentage, has 0 goals, has hit on 0 of his shots. He's only a 50% face-off guy, which isn't bad for a fourth liner, but Thompson is better on face-offs. 53 hits for Chaput and 0 power play points. Dale Weiss, the new look fourth liner. 42 games played, 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. -6, also a minus. Every guy on this list except for Thompson is a minus. 0 power play points, obviously. 9.4% shooting. 67 hits. The old power play right winger, Nick Delorier. He's a left-handed shot. Weiss is a right-handed shot, so it's much better to have Weiss on the right wing to get him the one-timer over there. He doesn't have to take it from the backhand. He doesn't have to drag it over to the other side of his stick. He can just release it because he got the right-handed shot. He's ready there for the one-timer. Nick Delorier, in 42 games played, has 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points, -9, 5.3 shooting percentage, 121 hits. I don't know if I mentioned, Weiss has 67 hits. Delorier has 121 hits. So as far as a checking line goes, this fourth line isn't looking like a better checking line than the old fourth line, but it's looking like a line that can produce a lot more. Overall, they don't have as much speed, but they're definitely harder workers. They have a better veteran experience. These guys, Nate Thompson and Weiss, have seen a lot more of the playoffs than Hudon and Delorier. I don't think Delorier has ever seen the playoffs, and if Hudon has played for the big club in the playoffs, it wasn't much time at all. Chaput's put on waivers. Hudon's being shopped. Now, let's look at some numbers that I also had written down. As far as points go, our old line had 13. Our old line had 13 points. This new line has 27 points. Also, much more goals than the old line. It has 14 more points than the old line did, so it can score more. It will score more. 14 more points on a fourth line. That's double the point amount that's being brought in, double the point total that's being brought in. So they're bringing in guys that can at least score a little. That will help you in the playoffs, and these guys are still tough, but the hit differential is pretty big too for the old line. The old line had 242 hits. This line only has 148 hits combined. So the old line with Delorier, Chaput, and Hudon had 242 hits. This line only has 148 hits. They pretty much all played the same amount of games. So I'd like to see this fourth line be a bit more of a checking line, but they do bring a bit more of a scoring presence, and that's one thing this line has lacked. We have 3 lines that could score. It'd be nice to have another line out there that's at least a scoring threat, because we all know Chaput isn't going to score, Hudon hasn't been producing, and Delorier is good. Delorier does stick out a lot. He's a big body. He's fast for a size. If he could get his finishing percentage better, he could produce, but he's not going to be the fourth line over Weiss. Weiss just brings more. He has more goals. He has more assists. He has more experience. He's a guy who's done it for the Habs before in the playoffs. So the new look fourth line should be Matthew Pekka on the left wing, Nate Thompson at center, and right wing Dale Weiss. I don't know what this means for Nick Delorier. He could be getting traded. He could be getting put on waivers, or they could just be keeping him, sending him down to Laval. Guys to look out for that are going to get traded. I would assume that Jordy Ben is going to get traded. I'm not saying that's 100%, but I would assume with his contract expiring and no talks of him sticking around with the Habs, like extending him or anything, I would assume he would get traded, and his value is pretty much as high as you're going to get for Jordy Ben right now because he has been playing well. And yeah, Chaput's on waivers. Hopefully somebody picks him up so that they can get rid of that contract. And it's all looking good. And Weiss has been recalled to the big club, so he's going to be on the fourth line. So that's the new look fourth line versus the old look fourth line. Hopefully you like the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be leaving my game preview for Nashville game tomorrow night. Talk about predictions, who I think is going to win, side-by-side stats, how the goalies stack up against each other, and the PK Subban, Shea Weber trade. I want to talk a little bit about that. I'm not going to get into the numbers. I'm just going to talk about how I feel they're both playing this year and how the trade's looking so far since Weber's been back from injury. A lot of crap about Weber when he was injured. That guy did not fall off. He's never not been a good defenseman, but that's just a little on that. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for viewing my video. Feel free to leave a comment if you want. Have a great day. Mr. Average Hockey Fan over and out, folks.